What's up, guys? It's me. I'm back and I'm here to deliver for you food number 2 that I cut out of my diet, completely eliminated in order to get super healthy. So we're actually getting ready to go to Tony Robbins. We're on the last day. This is going to be it's my favorite day for sure, where they're going to talk about all things that they're learning, health and nutrition, energy wise. So I'm gearing up for that. They actually open doors a little bit later today, which is super cool. And I get to relax just a little. And I said, oh, let me make the video for food number 2. Food number 2 is kind of broad, and while I would love to say that it was gluten that I cut out, back when I was losing weight and back when I was getting healthier, just noticing the difference between having gluten in my diet and no gluten in my diet, I think we need to be a little bit more specific as to what is gluten. So if I am to go all the way back to the beginning of my journey, I would have to say that I probably eliminated as many refined carbs as I can. So a lot of you are probably like, whoa, what's refined carbs? Usually when clients start working with me, I give them a list of all different food types, macronutrients that they can have. And when we come to the carbs list, right, the breads, the pastas, the rice, and all that, when we are having a higher quality of carb, because we need carbs, when we're having a higher quality, one that is a little bit less processed, the weight starts to go. So that had later transitioned me into way more of a gluten-free lifestyle, which transitioned me into more of a plant-based lifestyle. I'm not vegan. But starting with the carbs and getting rid of refined and processed carbs, which I would like to say I hate to break it to you, but I don't hate to break it to you. I'm telling you right now that for your health and well-being, when you're eating carbs that come in a package, right, especially even, crackers, your body's not going to deal with them as easily as whole foods, right, that are not processed, that do not have to be cooked. So this is for those of us who are in that transition where I was back when I was, oh my goodness, how old was I? I guess I was in my early 20s. And then later the journey you have to start somewhere. But where I had started was saying, okay, I'm going to make sure I choose a much higher quality of carb. So what does that mean? That means that maybe it was, brown rice, wild rice. I'm very big on, I say it with an accent, basmati rice, jasmine rice, having sweet potatoes, yams. Guys, there are carbs in veggies. So things like, broccoli and zucchini, there's carbs in there too. Quinoa is one of my favorites. Having the oatmeal be slow cooked or steel cut is going to be much better than, I have so many clients coming to me telling me they have the little shaker packets of oatmeal. Guys, it's sugar. And if it melts in water, it's going to melt this quick in your system, and that's just going to convert to sugar and fat, right? So I think if we can increase if we can increase the quality of our carbs to be real food, and as little packaged as possible, that's going to aid your that's going to help your metabolism, your digestion, and that's going to start the weight loss occurring. So just to recap, that second thing that I eliminated was those refined and processed carbs. And I had a higher quality of bread. I think back in the time I was having Ezekiel maybe, or some whole grain, not as much bread. I did start with the wraps, but then I would cut the wraps in half because you actually end up getting more refined and processed carbs. But I started watching my carb intake, how many I was having, what time of day was I having them, and getting them to be super whole foods. So again, recapping, right? If we can have the slow cooked oatmeal, and if you can get it gluten-free, that's even better. Steel cut oatmeal, wild rice, brown rice, jasmine rice, basmati rice, again, a little earlier in the day because they do have a little sugar spike with them, but it's better than having your refined and processed carbs. A very high quality sprouted bread, 1 slice in the morning instead of 2, all right? How we're having sandwiches, can you maybe cut that in half? Quinoa, I think I said them all. Sweet potatoes, yams, and vegetables, there's carbs in there. So that was the first thing that I actually had, seen the biggest difference. The dairy was one thing when it came to like inflammation in my skin, but the first thing that I saw the biggest difference was the refined and processed carbs, just getting rid of them and having real food. So does it take a little bit of extra work? Yes, of course it does. But as I'm sitting here in this Tony Robbins seminar this weekend, not now I'm in my dining room, he himself, I don't even know how old he is, maybe 60 something, he's been on a journey for constant improvement, he says, for the past 40 years. And I think that it is safe to say that we are not getting out of this life alive, and that it is a daily process and a daily practice for us to be making choices that are going to help us move forward and feel good when we are in our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. My grandma is 97. She will be 98 very soon, and she is still going to the gym. She always cooked her own food, and she never ate processed stuff, so that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. Of course, you know I want questions if you have any. I had a lot of people asking questions about the last one about dairy, and what are they going to put in their milk, and how am I supposed to ever eat tacos again? It can be done. So I'll love you guys a ton. Questions below. I'm going to put some other links possibly down here in the email that you're getting, and I'm looking forward to seeing you over on Facebook. Bye.